town of Southern Pines was founded in 1887 around the railroad and timber industry with the intention of being a health resort because of the mild weather. The area quickly became an escape for northerners from the harsh winter.
The Boyd family is a family from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and they came about the turn of the century, early 1900s, and Helen Boyd, the daughter of the coal railroad magnate James Boyd. Helen, they were coming through on the train, she and her father, and the train got stuck in Southern Pines. So they decided to take a carriage ride while they were here, and they saw the pine trees. And Helen saw the turpentine workers were tapping the trees and felling the trees for timber. And she pleaded with her father to please spare the pine trees. And of course he did, and he bought probably 1,200 acres of land to preserve the trees, and they decided to have a winter retreat here. So it was really for them to have a winter home, and Helen succeeded in saving the pine trees, and it's now one of the oldest stands of virgin longleaf pines on the planet, not just in North Carolina. The Boyd family has a huge fingerprint on Southern Pines. When they decided to make this a winter resort for themselves, they brought down the landscape architect Alfred Yeomans and an architect Amar Emery. And if you go through the Weymouth Heights neighborhood, a lot of those homes were designed by the two of them, the gardens. And so there's quite an architectural fingerprint from them with those two designers. Helen was involved with founding the Civic Club, and one of the things that the Civic Club did was plant the magnolias and the trees along the railroad track. And everybody always comments on our railroad track how beautiful they are. Well, that was Helen Boyd and the Civic Club.
Over the years, equestrian and golf were introduced to Southern Pines and have come to be prominent features of the town.
The Boyd family helped pay for the first golf course, the Donald Ross Golf Course here in Southern Pines, which is now where the Elks Club is. But when the grandson, James Boyd, and his brother Jackson inherited the estate, they preferred the horses and the hounds. So they started the Moore County Hounds in 1914. It was one of the first hunts in North Carolina, and the barn that we have is one of the oldest barns in North Carolina. So they brought the equestrian to Southern Pines. That's why we're known for the equestrian community.
I've always loved the area because it's got the two things that my wife and I love, horses and golf. So I really came because of that. And then I worked at the college. I've been here 26 years, just fallen in love with the mission of the community college and the way it integrates itself into the community. So what started as a flirtation has turned out to be a lifelong love affair with the town of Southern Pines and what it means to people and the things that it stands for and the ways in which the college can be of service to it.
This place was a very small, quaint little town. And in the past 20-25 years, it has changed so much drastically. I think there was always a foundation for art and culture here. And I think with the growing population, the influx of military, it has only gotten more diverse.
We have a Moore County Writers Competition once a year, and that's open to all ages, but we have a lot of participation with our young people. We also have a Young Musicians Festival for young musicians. We have the Young Affiliates Group. They are putting on a Sounds on the Grounds concert series, so a concert on the lawn. And we're hoping that folks come out with their kids and people of all ages come enjoy music together.
First Friday is a real microcosm of how Southern Pines has evolved in the last 5 to 10 years and what it is today. 5 years ago, I would say you knew 75% of the people there. Now I think there are a lot of people who come to town for it.
It has expanded. The downtown area was not so vibrant a long time ago, and we have lots of shops that have been here for a long time and have a following of people. So it has changed a lot in some ways, but stayed the quaint, cute southern town that it was a long time ago as well. So I think it has evolved and matured.
Though previously being mostly a retirement community, with the influx of military families, Southern Pines has grown into a vibrant and cosmopolitan community.
The downtown of Southern Pines is absolutely booming. The construction that's going on around with new family homes are getting filled immediately, and we've seen a rise in the events downtown in a really phenomenal way. And it's, I think, keep Southern Pines, the way we've grown, the way the businesses have grown, and the services and community we provide have caused people to destination our town from, an hour and 2 hour away. We've always been a little bit of a shopping destination, but I think now we're a destination for shops and events and music.
Holding on your rope got me 10 feet off the ground.
I think Southern Pines has a lot to offer to a lot of different people. People come here obviously for the outdoor activities, the golf, tennis, sports, soccer, baseball tournaments. We have a wonderful reservoir that people come for to walk around and enjoy their dogs. The downtown area of Southern Pines is vibrant with restaurants, bookstores, all sorts of shops with fun things in them. We have an amazing library, and we have a very good school system here in Southern Pines. So it's a good place to live, work, and play.
The state of North Carolina has made it possible for high school students to take college classes while they're still in high school. Over the course of the last year or so, we've gotten very, very much involved in this, and we're going to have like 300, 400, 500 high school students on this campus. I just hope they behave themselves, But they're going to be here. They're going to be taking some of their classes on their home campus at Union Pines or Pinecrest or Hope County High School, and some of their classes here. We have what they call an early college program with Hope County, where the kids take 5 years to finish high school and an associate's degree, which normally takes 6 years. So it's a compressed schedule. And it's been so successful for the children in Hope County that the New York Times came down and wrote a story about it. Sand Hills Community College, you notice community is our middle name. Mm-hmm. And so as a consequence of that, we are here to serve the people of this community in any way that sort of makes sense to them. We have a host of educational programs that'll get you an associate's degree, which will take you either to the University of North Carolina for your bachelor's work or take you right into the workplace if you're a nurse or a chef or one of those programs. We have programs to help people attain literacy. We work with businesses to train employees. We work with businesses to train people to become employees of businesses. We are, in some ways, the cultural center of the community. We're the home to the Sand Hills Philharmonic. We're the home to our own jazz band. We're the home to the Pauley Lecture Series. We're the home to the gardens. Lots of ways in which people can entertain themselves in Southern Pines, and it's part of our mission. We enjoy every bit of it. Aesthetics are really an important part of this community. Southern Pines prides itself on being a pretty place to live, and Pinehurst is the same. Well, those aesthetics find expression in our landscape gardening program. We take aesthetics seriously here at Sand Hills, which is why we look like UCLA instead of a community college. And those aesthetics carry forward to the gardens. And I think we now have 14 different gardens. We've got the Ebersole Holly Garden, and we've got the Atkins Hillside Garden, and we've just got all these hollies and magnolias and azaleas and topiary. Sir Walter Raleigh Garden is kind of the centerpiece of it all, and it's very interesting to know that it's one of the most accomplished such programs in the country.
Weymouth is sort of central to the history of Southern Pines, and so we're really the cultural center of Southern Pines. Our mission is to preserve the gardens and grounds as a park and preserve for the community, so there's public access. And then the second part of our mission is to preserve the house as a cultural center and a center for literature. So we do a lot of programs, music, chamber music concerts, literary events with authors, and the public is invited to all of our events. It's really maintaining that cultural piece of Southern Pines and creating this space where creativity really can be nurtured and people can come and appreciate nature here quietly and for free. That's really sort of central to what Weymouth is for the community.
We have lots of annual events. We have the Tour de More that comes through here, which is a big bicycle race. We have lots of events at the theater downtown, which is an old theater, that the Blues Crawl, international film festivals. We have, like I just said before, lots of sports tournaments that come through town, baseball, soccer, etc.
About 2007, we started our sports program, which has become successful beyond all our expectations, won a couple of national championships and so forth. So we decided to take the opportunity to expand the student center, to expand the size of the fitness center, to expand the size of some of the student government offices, but at the same time to expand the gym so that it can accommodate intercollegiate sports.
In 2015, Livability ranked Southern Pines as the 30th best small town, and it's easy to see why. From shopping and dining to events and music, Southern Pines is a lively town in a growing area.
I think as a town council member, we are keeping our finger on the pulse of what is going around in surrounding communities as well as the needs of our community. The town has to grow appropriately to meet the needs of the residents. And we do have more people moving into the area, into Moore County and into Southern Pines proper. So we are meeting the needs. Developers are doing their research and providing housing and resources for people. But at the same time, while we're growing in that direction, I think we're keeping our parks, our art offerings. I think the direction that we're going in is a good one, is a positive one.
I think the awareness of Weymouth is where we really are looking to grow, making people more and more aware of that this is a center that's open for them to come and be a part of our programs, and that the gardens and grounds are in fact open to the public to enjoy, and just doing more and more programming for young people and all age groups, chamber music concerts. We're also working with the North Carolina Writers Network, who manages the North Carolina Literary Hall of Fame, and that's just down the hall in James Boyd's study. We want to increase the presence of the Literary Hall of Fame throughout the state and here in Southern Pines, so we're going to be strengthening that.
A lot of people who retire out of the military choose to live here and start businesses, and if that continues, we'll have a great selection of diverse businesses.
I think the operative word is partnerships. As I look toward the future, our partnership with the school system, for example, having these kids come here, our partnership with the hospital, and we produce most of the folks, except for the physicians, who work there. So we have lots of partnerships with them. I see partnerships with businesses. We will focus more and more on the hands-on sorts of things that cannot be replicated online. But I think, with the support of the community, which has been extraordinary, the people of Southern Pines and Pinehurst are so generous to us, and they provide scholarships for our students and, many of the things that we have on campus. I think the future of the college is very bright. The students are, kind of cool. We have a student government association here that is fun to work with, and they're always, they give me what I give them. We get back from them what we give them. And usually that's a lot of love, a lot of fun, and hopefully a sense of purpose. We give them a sense of purpose, and they give us a sense of purpose. And that's the way our college works.
I'd say the most important thing that sets Southern Pines apart is the willingness of its people to volunteer. Not just in the business association, but First Friday, all of these military parades that are going on. That's what makes our community what it is, and it's what makes our citizens so different.
The community of people here that live here and stay here and play here. And the golf community, the horse people, it offers everything. You don't have to go anywhere else. Everything that you need is here. It's a very unique and special place. You always have a little place that's quiet and quaint and peaceful to call home.
Southern Pines has the charm of a New England town with the hospitality of the South. And I think what makes Southern Pines so special is really the trees. And Helen Boyd Dull knew that right away when she asked her father to save the trees. We have some of the most incredible pine trees, even though there's a lot of pine straw and pine cones to be raked up. But Midland Road is unparalleled in its beauty. The trees downtown in Southern Pines, and it's really proof that you can have a city or a small town with thriving businesses and residential neighborhoods inside an urban forest. And I think that's what makes Southern Pines special.